Today let's change things up a bit. Good morning guys, we are at Birmingham International Airport and we're going to be doing a 2-hour flight in the Dash 8 and we're going to be heading over to Echo Delta Delta Tango. And this is going to be Berlin Tegel. We are in the Dash 8 Q400, so a bit of a change from the jets that we are normally in. And if you haven't heard me say it before, this is actually one of my favorite aircrafts. Not so much the 400, the 300 to be precise, but at the moment we don't have a 300 in the sim. Majestic a few years ago said they were working on a 300, but that has gone quiet for a bit. Seeing that Microsoft Flight Sim 20 MFS 20 is due to release next year, it's anyone's guess if we'll actually get one, whether it be for that sim or for this one. I know quite a few people out there decided that they're gonna stop spending until they know what's going on with MFS 20. I am one of those that said that. However, there are some exceptions. One of them is the A321 that's coming from FsLabs, and possibly the A330 coming from Aerosoft. That one I'm still on the fence with, but that's another story for another day. As you can see, the weather conditions are dismal at best. We've got ceilings down to 400 feet, so once we are airborne, there's not going to be much to see until we climb over that soup. Today we're going to be climbing up to flight level 250 and we'll cruise that way for the duration of the trip. We're going to be taking off from runway 15. We're not going to do a SID, so it's pretty much climb to 1500 feet and then proceed on course. I'm not familiar with this aircraft, had it quite for a while, but it is not the easiest aircraft to manage. I can take off and I can land okay in VFR. Working the instruments takes a little bit getting used to. I'm still struggling with working out my top of descent. I think I have that down pat now, but actually with the approaches I'm struggling a bit with that. So hopefully it doesn't take too much away from the video. I plan to have it as one video as far as plans go. Depending on how long this one is though, I might actually break it up into two and just have a departure video and an arrival video, considering how slow the aircraft is in terms of comparing it with the traditional Airbus and 737 Boeing jets rather. It's not going to be too long a taxi. I'm hoping. I've checked the weather at our destination and it is slightly better than what's here. We've got a little bit of weather build-up about 100 miles out. I doubt we'll have that on the video, as that would take significantly a lot of data storage from my computer, as this is 4K, so it will end up being a very large file, but we'll see how it goes. We're just firing up the APU now. I love to hear the APU firing up on this. Now, just to make you guys aware, I did plan to do a flight yesterday with this, but for some reason whenever I changed my view, it was disarming my autopilot. I'm not sure if it's the case. I checked my keybinds and I couldn't find anything to cause it, so I'm hoping that it was just a wired glitch and everything is fine now. Otherwise, we are going to be pretty much staying inside of the cockpit. Canceling the GPU now. And we're going to use UGCX for start. There's a guy. Shocks removed. And let's start engine 2. Starting engine 1. Standby. Wonder what's from. Birmingham traffic, Skyways 1011, taxiing to runway 15. Birmingham traffic. I'm going to stop here and figure out this standby light. There we go. Just wondering. Anyways, that's sorted. Birmingham traffic, Skyways 1011, crossing runway 33, taxiing via Charlie, Echo and Alpha down to holding point on runway 15.
Approaching 3-3.
Can you approach? runway 1011, laying up on runway 15. Birmingham traffic Skyways 101 is taking off runway 15. Gotta put my flaps down. There we go. Positive rate. Let's see if my autopilot disengages now. Yep, still disengaging. So we're steering here for the majority of the flight. And we are on our way. this on. There we go. So a few mistakes were made. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with the aircraft, but it's one that I want to learn. It's very dear to me in terms of it's the aircraft that actually got me interested in aviation. So expect to see a few more flights with it, and hopefully with each flight I'm getting better and better. As I said, I really don't have an issue here with the takeoffs or the landings per se, in VFR that is. However, when it is IMC and I'm relying on the instruments to get me down to the runway, it can be hit or miss, and most times it's hit or miss. But in any case, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to see if I can get this issue with my switching cameras, disconnecting the autopilot sorted, because it's a shame that every time that I go outside to see how it looks, that it disconnects my autopilot, forcing me to be inside more than I would like to be. But anyways, hopefully it didn't take too much off the video. Just gonna adjust my trim here a bit. Too much. Just center the nose a bit. That should be it there. And we are on standard, so let's change that as well. Seatbelts coming off. Welcome back, guys. We are at our top of descent. If you were following in the last video, we are learning the Dash 8 Q400, and I'm particularly stoked about this because I figured out how to put my top of descent on the MFD. Now I'm not 100% sure if the aircraft is gonna automatically descend or if I have to do it, but we'll see as we go. So I'm just setting my altitude now to 2,500 feet, and I've got alt select for that. So hopefully once we have crossed Bethel and we reach our top of descent point, it automatically starts to descend on its own. That I'm not too worried about. I'm more worried about the ILS approach that we will be doing once we get into Berlin-Tegel. Now if at any point it starts to do something that I don't expect, I'm probably gonna go manual, and it probably won't end too well. But it's a learning curve, a steep one, but it is at the same time still really enjoyable, and it's a little bit different from the mundane setting up the FMS in the other jets in comparison to what we do in this one. It gives a bigger sense of fulfillment as well. We're going to be landing with 15 flaps, so set that there. I won't make the mistake of not setting the flaps this time for the landing. So you can see the line is coming down here now. Let's see if it starts to descend. No, it doesn't, so I'm going to initiate the descending. VS 1800. And I'll pull my speed back as well. My power back rather. Just so that we don't overspeed. Antigua traffic Skyways 1011 descending through flight level 230 for 2500 feet. Expect ILS 8 left. On. I'm going to shallow up this descent once we get back on the correct glide path. Berlin traffic skyways 1011, turning final for 08 left. This is where it normally goes wrong.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
Berlin traffic, skyways 1011, landing 08 left.
Approaching 08 left.
Plus 100.
Landing.
Sink rate.
A little bit high, but we got a lot of runway.
Sink rate. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
1,200 meters remaining. 900 meters remaining. 600 meters remaining.
And we're done.